Hey everyone, it's Sasha, and I just wanted to come on today to share a little bit about what's going on energetically right now and how it may be affecting you, may not consciously, or you may be aware of things feeling a little different and emotionally off balance, and not being able to stay as balanced and as focused as you normally would. And also with that, I'll share something about energy vampires. So the first part, so the energy forecast now, what's going on is that we were previously having all of this reflective period, and we're coming into we're moving through this portal energetically, and as we move through it, we enter into a totally different energy that's all about putting things into action. And I spoke about this before, but we're actually going through this gateway, and with that, with planets shifting and changing course direction, you also may feel within yourself a bit of unsteadiness because there's so much shifting going on above, and these are big shifts, big planets involved. Without getting into the details, let me show you the card that comes up for this. So this House of Visions. This is the ninth house. Um, in astrology, it deals with long distance learning, and those aspects in terms of vision, looking forward into the future of something. So we're going through this portal here, and what's happening is all of this expansion is on the side, and sorry we're here going through this, and it's like a compression before this expansion, and we compress so much. It's like you're trying to cram all of this energy into a small space, and then you feel so much, because if you especially if you're sensitive, you just like everything is heightened because it's just so much energy flooding you. You may feel the sense of possibility and just not sure right yet, but it'll have a little more clarity than you did before, just like a few weeks before. But now it's a time of really getting prepared before moving forward. And it seems like a team that has been going on for a little while, but it's reached a really critical point right now, because we're going moving through that, and so we're going through ups and down waves of it. And we're also dealing with a lot of change energetically, globally, and things are being released negatively, like negative energies, darkness being infused with light, and a lot of negative energy is being released globally across the world, even though it doesn't directly look like it, but it is. And with that, we're feeling a lot, because it's like the space has opened up, cleared room, and in this room, we have all of this more connection to or real feelings. So sometimes what can actually be happening is that when you're in this space of feeling so like overwhelmed, it may not only be your situation. It may be because there's a shift overall, and this was happening over the last few days, and you notice sleep changes and too, that there's a shift overall, and then you pick it up you pick it up, but then you feel that it's all about you. So then you may start to personally think there's something wrong with you, get attached to personal issues that maybe, there's some sadness you had or some pain you felt or hurt may attach to it because you feel that is all about you, but it's with the extent of what's happening, it is not because it is something that's coming and going with increased energy. So what's happening is that you're feeling a lot, and your open energy is becoming really, really, really keyed up to feel so much of other people's stuff around, not only yourself. You're feeling deeply into your own pain, but also you feel into that of others. And what happens now when you're in that place where your energy, like if you get in a very contracted space, and you might feel very sad and thinking it's all about you, or you may be thinking that something is wrong with you, and just having those moments where you're feeling like that, those are times in particular that energy vampires can latch on and feed off of that. So what is important in this time is demonstrated by Cancer. So Cancer is about taking care of your emotions, knowing that it's a sensitive space. It's like a pressure cooker energy. Your it's like the things I was stirring up. It's like it just got heated up. Like if somebody had a pot on the stove and it was on warm, and now it's the temperature increased, and you just everything feels much stronger. And because of that intensity of feeling, you need to be more aware of you. Like always come back to the truth of the situation. Remind yourself that this uh, this is something that is temporary, and it's not something that you attach to. If you attach to it, and make it about your situation, it can really magnify it and take it out of control. And in these cases, that's where people could take advantage. And so if you have been in a situation where you felt, say, let me give you an example, where you may have felt very low energy or very weak or feel very down or depressed, and you went to see somebody to help you get through that, whatever person it may have been. It could have been a like in the actual profession, healing profession out there, medical profession, healing profession, any sort of practitioner. There is a chance, if you're in that state, even in that, even if you go to someone, they are not also perfect, right? So they may also be going through stuff and then projecting it back on you, which is why, and then it can get really confusing. So it's always important to remember who get back into your center and your space, because if you allow yourself to be drawn away by the the temporary like feeling down situation, then you may you forget about your own truth, and somebody can take advantage of that and misguide you. And it can be intentional or not intentional, but energy vampires will can work through these people too. It can work through anybody, and it can work through somebody you have conflict with, or somebody you have a little tension, but it can also come through people that you really trust. And sometimes when it comes through that space, that's when it really affects you most, right? Like say when you had a hit or things happen to you, it's because somebody you trusted could have betrayed you, disappointed you in some way, and made you feel hurt, right? So in that space, it's also important to be mindful of when you seek help from others, that you always stay in balance and connected to yourself. So connect to yourself and allow them to help as they do, but always remember your truth. Now, knowing your truth, remembering your truth is a lifelong process, of course, but that's just to intention to remember, so that you don't get pulled away from your core energy and be taken away on a different direction by these waves that are meant to take you to a higher place, a better place, uh, a new energy entering. So just stay. Also, this that I mentioned before is about staying focused on a long-term vision, meaning that this what you're going through right now will be is a fleeting thing. The intensity of emotions and the message is about looking more into the future and the brightness of the future come, to stay locked into that vision so that you hold yourself in that space and you keep allowing the the past to die down, to simmer down. Sometimes when these energies get really intense, you feel a lot of the old patterns that the past creep up and come back into your space. So and sometimes without thinking you get back, because when your energy dips low, you easily can get back into the past space. So you want to keep your energy high so that you can see because you have the potential to see. And when you increase your energy, increase your vibration, you're able to see long term, and then that anchors you with all this unsteady, like the fluctuation of energy. So holding firm to your long term visions and really connecting to that place, even if you don't know clearly what it is, connecting to that place where you can actually like have a general overview of what you may be looking forward to or wanting to have more of in your life long term. That will help to anchor you and through these waves up and down as they come. And this is happening now because we're shifting that energy into one of more movement, one of putting things into taking foot off the brakes and the feet off the brakes and going into the depressing down the accelerator and going full steam ahead, reaching into that space generally. So that's it. Always be mindful, because at this time when your energy fluctuates and when it dips low, that's when other so energy vampires around you that can work through people who are not even aware of them. They can actually make things harder for you, more challenging. So how to overcome that is to be anchored in your truth, and a part of your truth is that future that awaits you. So you can anchor yourself in the vision and allow take care of your emotions, the sensitivity, the, the pressure cooker feeling with your emotions, to take care of them at this time. Now, something else is this is the Pleiades, the star system, and it's associated with peace and happiness and lightness. So this is also a message about how to navigate these times, in that we're connecting a lot to the heart energy right now. So you may feel a lot in your heart. You may feel like you really like the passion and everything is stirring up in you, the joy and happiness, and but it goes up and down because of how the energy goes up and down. And the trick here is to stay connected to that place of joy within you, even through the ups and downs. Always have an anchor, a place of calm that you can come back to, even through the ups and downs. As you can see, there's some ups and downs here too. So in this is a goddess energy, divine feminine. So it's also about coming into that peace within. But this peace also comes from going through these times. There's nothing wrong with your feelings or feeling the way that you feel. So do not ever let uh, anyone make you feel or judge or make you feel bad for having the emotions, feeling these things. Being someone who's sensitive is a gift, even though it may feel at times very intense and like, it has no function other than to cause you pain or sadness. But you get to feel very much and be very in tune with what's happening. And because of that, you're able to tune in more to the the joys and sadness of others around you too. So remember, be mindful of this, and even through the experiences, feel those things, but also make sure that you're anchored in a space that you can turn to, in a place, in a place of vision and hope in the future, and also in the present moment, that you can anchor yourself in the truth and the inner joy of your inner joy, that is. And again, that will be specific to you. So it might mean connecting in a special way for you, doing something different for your situation, your particular being, what you need at that time, that will help you bring out the not only the downside but also the upside, to help you come into balance too, and not get stuck for too long in any one place, but to always have that anchor. And it's like a river, and you're floating around. It's kind of like that, and you're in a boat. So what you're looking for is to have that boat, so that even though waves may come and crash around you, you have that safety under you, that you know that you're heading to a destination. You know that you have a purpose in the actual boat being there. You have support, whether if it seems like it only externally. You do have support, and support comes in different forms, right? So look out for that messages or abundance now, because of the changes. So signs around spiritual synchronicities, things like that. And yeah, that was what I wanted to share with you. And again, if you want to have a more personalized insight around how you can stay anchored in the future vision, I have the life path reading that you can get one for yourself, and it will help you really stay anchored in a vision. And you can keep going back to it, referring to it to help you stay balanced. Because when you have that knowingness of your truth and the future vision, you become stronger, and no one could try to intrude on your energy, or just having something like that, and that knowing of yourself can help you really understand your power, your strength, and your personal space, your boundaries. So nobody can do that you harm, because you know who you are and you know where you stand. So that's really important at this time, to stay mindful of your energy and how you are interacting, what you're receiving, and what you're letting into your space. Because there are people out there who are not so aware of their own energy, right? And they can just project a lot on you. So just stay mindful and grounded and anchored. And if you have any questions, you can always feel free to message me around what's going on generally. So I can, anything that is not too specific, but more general, you can ask me. And again, you can join the linked group to this page. I share some more. I'm going to do some more challenges, and we go through things together. So if you need support in that way, you can have that too. So I will see you soon. Have a good night or day wherever you are. Bye from Sasha.